first favorite will always be Chakra Sweet. They have like a bunch of reissues. Like, do you know how old that album is?
How old is it?
It's like from the 70s.
Okay.
That's old. That's like harmonic convergence.
It's pretty old.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Interesting. That Ocean Sands CD is also from the 70s.
Yeah, you can turn it down just a little bit.
Yep.
Oh, so there was the whole psychology movement at that time. Brody. So here we are. It is October 9th, Sunday, October 9th, 2022. I'm Larissa, this is Omar, and this is Brody. And we also have Sassy over here, just out of view of the camera, which is why he's all upset, because she's sitting on his cushion and snuggling with his Pooh Bear. So he's gonna lay there and stare at her. So how are you today?
Okay. Tired.
You tired? What else is new?
I'm stiff.
You're stiff. How were you sleeping last night?
Okay, I think. I just got up to use the bathroom. That's it.
Have you noticed any difference since you've been taking your vitamins regularly in anything? I'm asking so that I know what to get for you or offer to you.
Yeah. I think I've been a little less tired with the vitamins.
It's probably the adrenal complex and the B complex. Have you noticed a difference since we added the B complex particularly?
When did that get added?
Like about a week and a half ago?
Maybe.
Have you noticed your pee being more yellow?
Well, yeah. That I noticed.
But it should just be real yellow like the first or second time you pee after taking the supplement, and then it should go back to your normal yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It shouldn't be like that yellow color all the time. Because that's an indicator of liver and kidney failure. So if you notice that you're having that issue, you got to let me know that, because then we got to find you a doctor. So are we gonna watch the basketball game later?
Is there a basketball game later?
Yeah.
Has the season started?
No, it's preseason game.
Preseason? Maybe. We have to watch it.
Playing the Pond Scum.
Ooh.
See,
we gotta watch it.
We gotta watch it. I've seen all the drama over the thrown punch. And did you watch the footage?
Nope.
I did.
Uh-huh.
And I have thoughts on this.
Ooh.
I think it is reprehensible that somebody who was allowed to come in to Warriors practice leaked such footage.
Yeah.
And I say this as a woman who has taught in schools and extracurricular and just worked with a lot of kids and knows a thing or two about men, because he didn't connect with the punch. And there was one clip that was sensationalized by somebody that they were saying, oh, obviously Draymond instigated this situation. And that is not evident from the footage, because there's obvious trash talk, there's jawing going on back and forth. And I'd be more curious to know, well, what did Jordan say? Like, I don't even want to know. I'm not curious. I don't want to know. But, you know, he didn't actually hit him. That shit does happen when tensions are high. And this is preseason. They just got back probably have jet lag. That's a big difference, time difference to adjust to. And I think Jordan Poole is the one who has some responsibility to say something about it. You know, like, Draymond is a temperamental player, and for a teammate to have said something that provoked such a response, that says something more about needing more unity within their cohesive structure. And I think that this was leaked to try to throw folks off at the beginning of this game in particular, because they're playing the Pawn Scum. And I think that the Warriors need to really reevaluate who they allow out, into practices, into that circle, because that was shitty. That was shitty. I mean, would you want every argument you and I have broadcast?
No.
No. I mean, we're not swinging at each other, but that's just what I think. And men fight sometimes. That happens. Anyway. You ready for pranayama? I'm going to start with pranayama, and if you are a consumer of cannabis products, pranayama is something that is very helpful for clearing out lungs and sinuses. And while I appreciate Joe Biden's pardoning of marijuana offenses, I think it's his political agenda, because if he really cared about that shit, he should have done it first thing when into office, not when his approval rating is so low. And I personally have always been an advocate for medical marijuana over recreational marijuana, and I think the biggest problem with cannabis in this country, and what's going to continue to be a problem with cannabis in this country, is the commercialization of it as a recreational substance. And I don't think it's a lose for those of us who have used medicinally. Does Normal still have a podcast?
Probably.
I think I'd like to start listening to that again. Starting with 3 rounds of circular breath, followed by 10 rounds of alternate nostril breathing, followed by 25 rounds of breath of fire, followed by 5 rounds of breath of hairball. That's Brody. Oh, this morning, Brody was up on the bed with me.
Mm-hmm.
I found out there's a sound he does not like.
What?
He started growling at me for doing it at him. He didn't like it. Other side. Okay. Alright, so we're going to do seated forward bend, followed by our 3 sets of slow lat openers, followed by the 3 sets of fast ones, then seated forward bend with hands behind. And back center. Ooh. I'm sorry, I had a muscle twitch in the side of my hand. And back center. What is that wire sticking out of the lamp up there?
See where that one.
Right up there, in the wagon wheel. Sticking out in the middle. Back center. Back center. Back center. Back center. And now the fast ones. And release. Sassy, if you have a hairball, please get off of the cushion.
No, still have hairball.
She's just coughing. Okay, other side. And back center. 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 And the fast ones. And release. Shake out your legs. Get your strap nearby. Ooh, I'm having this weird muscle twitch in the side of my hand. All right. Make sure, find staff. Sits bones grounded. All right. Let's open the nadis in the feet and hands. Starting with the feet, rolling the feet, pointing and flexing. Circles with the ankles, different directions. Spreading the toes. Now, right wrist. Pressing the shoulders away from the ears, rolling the shoulder blades down the back. And the right thumb. And left wrist. And left thumb. And let's find staff again. And let's take the strap. Let's start with a seated forward bend. And release. Placing the foot for twist. And release. Dropping the knee. And back center. And opening the leg to the right. And back center. And back center. And coming back to staff, let's find staff. And let's do a twist here in staff. We're going to twist first to the right, then come back center, and then to the left. So let's do 2 rounds of circular breath on either side. And back center. And back center. And let's grab the strap. And we'll have seated forward bend. Pressing the shoulders away from the ears and rolling the shoulder blades down the back. And release. And placing the left foot for twist. And back center. Dropping the knee. And back center. Opening the leg to the left. And back center. to center. Finding staff. And forward bend. And release and shake out the legs. All right, let's bring the soles of the feet together for Badakanasana. Pressing the knees down, opening the groin, pressing the soles of the feet together through the four corners of the foot. Rolling the shoulder blades down the back. And release, bring the knees together. Let's line ankles with knees. Knees with center of the hip sockets. And we're going to sit back into boat. And let's do some opens and closing of the legs and arms together, 5 rounds. And release. I'm going to be adding that back into rotation. Okay. Let's come on to all fours for tabletop. Okay. 5 rounds of cat-cow, followed by 3 rounds of alternate arm-leg extension, followed by 3 rounds of cheek-to-cheek, and then pressing back into child. When you're ready, you're going at the pace of your own breath, pressing shoulders away from the ears, rolling the shoulder blades down the back. All right. Let's press up and forward and onto the stomach for locust progression. I'm going to start by pressing the palms of the hands to the ceiling, rolling the shoulder blades down the back, pressing the shoulders away from the ears, forehead to the mat. And release. And we're going to do the same thing with the feet. We're going to press the feet, hinging from the hips, pressing the bottoms of the feet to the ceiling.
and release. Now we're going to put the palms to either side of the chest. We're going to press up into Cobra.
Cobra. What comes up exactly? Just the chest?
Yeah, we're just pressing up the chest. So the hands on either side of the chest.
The hips stay on the ground.
The hips always stay on the ground. This is an upper back bend. And release. Now hands above the chest on either side of the ears, elbows to the floor. And this is a deeper back bend into the lower back. Now we're going to press up into Sphinx. Hips are still on the floor. And release. Hands again to either side of the hips. Palms facing to the ceiling. We're going to press up into full locust. Palms of hands and feet pressing to the sky, peeling the breastbone from the floor. Come on. I'm not sure why this is called locust. And release. Tucking the toes, hands to either side of the chest. We're going to press back into child. Reverse the back bend. And back into tabletop position. We're going to do a shoulder stretch here. So we're going to lace the right arm underneath the left armpit, bringing the right cheek to the mat. And release. Back up. And the other side. And release, back to tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes and we're going to sit back onto the toes. But before you sit back onto the toes, make sure the toes are spread out. We're opening all those toe joints. We're going to sit back onto the toes for hero. Taking sway out of the back, slight tuck of the tailbone. And back onto all fours for tabletop. We're going to press up into downward dog. And let's hold this for 8 rounds of circular breath. Pressing the shoulders away from the ears, rolling the shoulder blades down the back, allowing the pelvis to rise up, feeling the hollowness in the lower abdomen. And when you have completed your 8th breath, you're going to pump the heels, pressing each heel individually down to the mat, towards the mat, before we walk our hands and feet together for standing forward bend. Grabbing a brick if you want. Allowing the head to hang. Legs are soft. Do not lock the knees. Hands to hips, rising up halfway, extending through the crown, finding staff, and releasing back to the brick or to the floor. And rising up to Tadasana. All right. Let's loosen the waist here. Just swing a little bit. Oh, keep your brick nearby because we're going to use it for chair today. And coming to center, placing the feet properly for Tadasana, 4 corners of the feet, base knuckle of the middle toe facing forward, no matter what direction your other toes are facing. Ankles under knees, knees under hips, hips under shoulders, palms open for Tadasana. Let's do standing crescent. Pressing the shoulders away from the ears, rising up, making space between the vertebrae before coming over with a slight twist. And back center, and other side. And back center. And release. Grabbing a brick. I'm going to place the brick between the thighs for chair today. This will help force the feet to stay in proper alignment when we sit back into our chair, because if they don't, you'll pop the brick out. It's very, very important to maintain proper alignment of the feet in this squat. So we're going to sit back into the chair, maintaining a nice elongated straight spine. We don't want to sway the back or over tuck the tailbone. Must maintain a straight spine. So arms above, and sit back into your chair. You should feel a nice comfortable stretch around the ankles. Squeezing that brick. Let's bring hands behind. Clasping in a fist above the buttocks. Rolling the shoulders down the back. Lifting your fist away from your buttocks. Checking to make sure your spine is still straight. You might need to add a little tuck to the tailbone to straighten the spine. And release, hands back above. Rolling the shoulders down the back. And coming back to standing. And releasing the brick. Whew. Keep the brick around because we're going to bring our forehead to the brick in standing forward bend here.
If you are.
Well, you can. Well, if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. But what we want to do in standing forward bend is we want to place pressure onto the third eye to the point between the brows, right? Not to the crown, but to the third eye. We're going to come down, and that is a stimulation for the pituitary gland, which is directly behind the center brow point in the brain, right back there, in the center of your brain. So, toes forward, pressing through the four corners of the feet, lifting the inner arch, spine straight, coming out of the pelvic bowl, hands on hips. We're going to come up, pressing shoulders away from the ears, and over. Got this knot in my hanky here. Ah, there, that helps. And let's rise up off of the brick. Let's widen our stance just a little bit if possible. Move the brick out of the way. We're going to place the left hand center where the brick was. We're going to open to the right, twisting. And back center. We're going to replace the left hand with the right hand. And open to the left. And back center. Replacing the right hand with the left hand. Once again, opening to the right. And back center. Replacing the left hand with the right hand. Opening again to the left. And back center. And bringing the forehead back to the bricks. All right, rising up from the brick, we're going to walk around to the right foot, turning in the right heel, aligning the right heel with the left instep, bending the knee, rising up into warrior one. And opening into warrior two. And dropping the left hand to the left thigh, reaching up with the right hand for sun warrior. And back to warrior two. Dropping down for side angle. And coming back up, shifting the weight back for Trikonasana. And windmilling down to either side of the foot, turning the toes back forward, coming back center, walking around to the left side, turning in the heel, lining with the right instep, bending the knee, rising up into warrior one. And opening to warrior two. And dropping the right hand to the right thigh. Raising up the left arm for sun warrior. And back into warrior two. Dropping forward into side angle. And back up, shifting the weight back, dropping into Trikonasana. And windmilling down, turning the feet back in, Returning center. Bringing the forehead back to the brick, or bricks, or fists on bricks. And removing the brick, heel toeing in just a couple inches. We're going to bring the hands to the waist and rise back up. Sit back on the horse. Tadasana. Arms in position. We're going to do spinal rolls. So these circles are coming from the point just above the sacrum. Sacrum being the final, your tailbone, the big vertebra at the end of the spine. This twist is coming from deep within the pelvic bowl. We're going to twist. We're going to do a roll, make a circle left, when come back center, make a circle right, come back center. We're going to do 3 rounds of that. So the point here is to maintain levelness of the hips while in the squat. We're not lifting up or going lower. We're isolating the movement to the circular motion of the spine. It's making a nice big circle inside the pelvic bowl. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. All right. And sitting back on the horse. Hands to hips. Straighten legs. Heel toe in. Back to standing. Shake it out. All right. We're not going to do tree today, but we are going to do a preparation for tree. So we're going to do the balance. We might have to hold on to the entertainment center over here and pull your leg up to the side, right? So trying to maintain a nice strong standing leg while opening. So you might want to use your strap. Yeah, not might, you will. You'll want to use your strap. And release. Other side. Drop your shoulder. One more breath. And release. All right. And we're going to come down into squat, so it's fine Tadasana. And we're going to bend down. The goal is to maintain straight spine, not to lean forward or to lean back while doing this, but to maintain a straight spine. Coming up onto the toes. Woo! See, it's hard. It's not easy. Come up on the toes and sit back. So this is the balance that we're doing today in lieu of tree. Back to standing. That's difficult. All right, let's come back down to the floor and finish up our practice with reclining staff progression, followed by the toe taps and the twist. Hi, buddy. Hi. Yes, you've been such a good boy. You have been. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Fluff. You've been such a good boy. No, you can't sit in Mama's lap right now. No. He says, what about Daddy? Can I sit on Daddy's chest? I think I'd like to sit on Daddy's face. Oh, Brody. Okay. Find a strap for reclining staff.
Brody, why don't you go lay down?
Come on, buddy. We're almost done. We're almost done, buddy. Brody, come on.
Go lay down, Brody.
We're almost done, buddy. Almost done. Almost done. I know, you're such a good boy. Oh, you're such a good Kisses. Kisses. All right, so we're going to, once you have a couple breaths with your feet up in the air, we're going to shift the strap to the right hand and lower left heel to the floor. Rolling shoulder blades down the spine, opening left fingertips to the side. We're going to cross the right toes over the body towards the left fingertips, stretching the piriformis. And back center. And we're going to open to the right. And back center. And we're going to pull the right knee to the armpit. And back center. Bringing the left foot back up to meet the right foot. Strap in both hands. Finding staff. Imagine they're pressing the sits bones into the wall. And we're going to shift the strap to the left hand, lowering the right heel to the floor, opening the right fingertips to the side, crossing the left toes towards the right fingertips. And back center. And opening to the left. And back center, and pulling the knee to the armpit. And back center. We're going to bring the right foot back up to meet the left foot for reclining staff once more. And releasing the strap, bending the knees like we are sitting in our chair. Opening fingertips to either side. We do 5 rounds of single toe taps followed by 5 rounds of doubles. Goal being to keep the low back intact, in contact with the mat. And dropping the knees to the right for a twist. And back center. And dropping the knees to the left for twist. Oh, I needed that one. And back center. And releasing to the mat for a few moments of Shavasana. fingers and toes. Let's come back into the room. We're going to roll to the right side and press up to seated. Before we finish today, is there anything you feel like has not been addressed in your body?
No.
Okay. I'm going to do some mudra and then send Reiki. So at this time, bring to mind any and all intentions for Reiki, remembering Reiki serves only the highest good and only goes where it is welcome. And what is not welcome returns to source. Thank you for this day, for bringing me together with this space, for allowing me to be a clear and present vessel for your energy. I ask that I may be able to detach and release from all I hold which no longer serves. I ask that I may be able to detach and release from the outcome of this my prayer. I ask for this or something better, so that all may be offered in the highest good. I ask for this or something better, with all of my sisters and brothers. Amen. How you feeling?
Good.
Less stiff?
Yeah, definitely missed it.
Well then. Let's have some brunch. Oh.